Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for the Seer 365 showcase today. I'm joined by a good friend of Seer, Darren Hutchinson, who is the Global Head of Enterprise at XC. Darren, thank you so much for joining us again. How are you?
Very well. Good morning, Dan. And thank you once again for inviting us on. Excited to walk through this showcase, but all is well. All is well in Texas.
Fantastic. Yeah, hopefully we've not got you up too early, but from what I understand, you've been very, very busy in the background working on a bit of a new product. Or
yeah. As I caught up with Rich not too long ago and told him about our developments in the Business Central space, and we launched it. I think it was 10 days ago. Yeah, we've been very busy behind the scenes, beavering away, making sure that we listen to our clients, understand their needs, and hopefully what we demonstrate today is going to tick a lot of boxes, not only for partners in terms of implementations, but also the end user from a operational perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. We know we've known this has been coming for a while, so we're dead pleased to actually be able to launch this today and give everyone an overview and get you hands-on in the demo, which I know you're very much looking forward to, and our partners are very much looking forward to seeing it as well. So I'm not going to pile on the pressure, but what I'll do is probably hand over to yourself.
Here we go. So yeah, before we jump into it, the application XE Global Business Payments for Business Central is on App Source now. So you can click download that as a free application. As you go through to the configuration pages, there'll be an opportunity to sign up for a free sandbox with XE that will allow you to do fictitious payments and mock transactions and so forth. So we recommend going to the sandbox before going into production, make sure it all works correctly, and then switch that over to prod. What you'll see on the screen right now in the top toolbar is two applications. So we've got XE Currency Data and XE Payments. Today we're focusing predominantly on the payments, but for those guys who are not aware of XE, they most probably will be aware of xe.com, the currency data, and the feeds that we provide. So what I'm going to do is just walk you through a couple of transactions. I think what's pretty cool in terms of what we've done and the difference that you'll see with other platforms, we've taken the time and the effort to really embed the technology directly into the platform. So everything we've done sits in payment journals. So you'll click into payment journals. There's a little bit of configuration that you need to do on vendors in terms of configuration to our compliance engine, and I'll show you some of those rules that are needed. Purpose of payment, that allows the payments to run through without any hits or any flags in terms of what is the purpose of payment and so forth. So our big compliance engine is tucked into this module as well. So what you'll see here is a vendor payment journal created. So I'm going to click into here, and I'm going to pull through a couple of vendors that are already predetermined and some invoices. So I'm going to prepare. I'm going to suggest some vendor payments. I will update this for today because we already have some pulled through. I'm going to click OK. Let me just change that. The joys of live demos.
You're a pro. You'll know exactly what to do. I like how you've got the Seer 365 data already lined up for us.
Let me try and pull a CAD payment through. Right, okay. Falling at the... Oh, I'm changing a lot, wrong date. I should be changing this date. This should be today.
This is why we've got to make sure there's lots of coffee on tap.
Yeah, right, okay. We're going to scrap that. I'm going to build some payments out. I'm not too sure what's going on from that perspective. We lined up some invoices, but I'll show you in terms of how payments are generated. So I've got 4 payments or 3 payments on my desk right now. I'm going to pay this vendor right here, a GBP vendor. I'm going to pay them from my checking account, which is a US dollar account. The system is set up right now in terms of being denominated in US dollars. I'm going to pay these guys £100. I'm then going to pull through another payment. I'm going to pay these vendors in Canadian. I'm going to update this to GBP. I'm going to update this to CAD. Oh. There we go. Right. I'm going to process these 2 payments, both for 100. And what you'll see here is XE lives within the platform. So you'll click XE and you'll click Pay with XE. What I will point out here is some of the purpose of payment rules that I mentioned. So you can see here the purpose of payment here. This one is corporate dividends, and I'm going to call this one import and export. So that goes through all of our compliance engine, as I said, to make sure through sanctions, it's going through OFAC sanctions and various compliance sanctions to make sure the payment gets there to the correct vendor in the quickest way possible. When we jump into Pay with XE, this is now going to call our API and get some real foreign exchange rates. And you can see we're built, because this is a US based and I'm based in the US, you can see there's a couple of different settlement methods here. So this is connected to my ACH bank account. So we would automatically pull the funds directly from your bank account. Alternatively, you can switch to wire transfer. So that is regional. So if you're in Canada, it will be EFT. If you're in Australia, that would be direct debit. But that flows through all the systems as well. So you click OK. And what that's returned is for real-time foreign exchange rates. I've got a countdown, and we've built this where this can run with all the rules engine and all the workflows that are in Business Central, which is pretty cool. So you can see there's a couple of statuses on these transactions. So I'm awaiting confirmation. I need to click this button to agree. I'm awaiting settlement. So I'll go ahead, I'll confirm I'm paying my GBP vendor, my CAD vendor from these bank accounts in these currencies. I'll click confirm. I'll continue and agree. And I've just done 2 foreign exchange transactions to pay those vendors. Once this agrees, and you'll see some of the status updates, and this is syncing with our API. Every time you update or go into this payment journal, it will pull updated statuses. So the contract's confirmed, and then you'll see over here that the payment status is approved. And because it's connected to ACH, it's considered settled straight away. What I'm going to show you now, Dan, is just some of the rule engine on the vendor profiles, and then I'll show you a little bit on post and sync. I know we've got a short window here, so I'm trying to crack as much of it in as possible. But in the vendor portal, so if you're a partner and you're implementing the technology, my last deployment took 4 minutes, so it's pretty straightforward in getting it into the sandbox. This is arguably where the majority of the lifting will be. You'll see XE payment set in here. So this is basically our compliance rules engine. The vendor portal profile needs to be updated to include this. And then if you go into bank accounts, where are we? Oh, sorry, here, vendor bank accounts. you'll see the bank account configuration as well. So there's certain things that we need, SWIFT code, IBAN. So we will provide you with all those templates and making sure that all the correct bank accounts and all the correct jurisdictions, countries, and so forth are all correct before we go live. And that's why we recommend going into the sandbox to make sure all that configuration is done. So those payments have been processed. If I was to go back into and some of the ones that we did earlier, I'll show you some of the reconciliation process. So I've got a couple of journals that are prepared. So this is the one that I prepared earlier. So you can see we did a summarized transaction. So this is several invoices that are paid for 8,025. I'm gonna preview the posting just to so you can see how it collates. So you can see multiple invoices are transacted through here. At the moment, we can do around 200 payments per payment batch. We're obviously looking to push that forward, but you can do as many batches as you wish. So that all looks good. I can see the detailed ledger entries that go into here as well. If I click on 22, this will give me an expanded view of all the loss and gains as well on those entries. They're all automated. So I'll go back. I will post this transaction. And I go back into my payment journey. Okay, successfully posted. I'll go back into here. I'm going to go look in my GLs and see all my entries. You can see the last one here. I'll go into process. I'll go look at my vendor ledger. I'll go into entries and I'll go detailed ledger entries as well. You can see all the loss and gains reporting that's automatically done due to those real-time postings and so forth. So you can see the amounts that have credit and debited various accounts and where those entries are posted into. So, so that's pretty much what it looks like from a payment journey. I apologize for the little hiccup in pulling those invoices through, but for those who are experienced in the process of building payment journals, create the payment journal, go through prepare, and then you'll pull any invoices that are due. So that is XE Global Payments in a nutshell. Very straightforward, very simple. From pulling invoices through for payments, multi-currency, we can do domestic as well, and the reconciliation part on the back end. So we hope we've kept it clean and lightweight for partners to be able to promote and leverage the service. Obviously, our value proposition is against building multiple banking files. If I'm a global business that has several relationships with several banks across the world, obviously there's lots of configuration to be able to send information to those necessary banks. We hope that we've cleared up a lot of that journey by leveraging the payments engine of XE.
Absolutely. I know, Darren, you sort of pride yourselves on making this as easy access as possible. So from the minute I pick it up in App Store, you obviously provide some templates for us, which we're able to use for the rules engines. You know, how quick could I be up and running with this? Just any finger in the air estimates?
As I said, I recommend everyone goes into Sandbox and does testing. But realistically, if push came to shove, you could be up and running in 24 hours.
Within 24 hours as well?
24 hours. So you've got to remember as well, there's a compliance element from any client that we onboard, any underlying user. We need to make sure that we comply with AML and KYC. So we need to identify that business, what their purpose of payments are and so forth. So we've got that due diligence process, which is pretty standard in financial services today. But yeah, from a deployment, from a configuration, it's as plug as play as I've seen in terms of moving money around the world. So we pride ourselves in trying to keep all the hard work behind the scenes and making sure we're providing a very straightforward and slick user experience.
Absolutely. And obviously I've had the pleasure of working with you and the team in the past, but I think it's worth saying as well that despite the product being plug and play, actually you've got that wraparound service that, you know, supports it and will keep it maintained and on the platform as well.
Yeah, so every account that comes on, we'll have an account manager, making sure we're chaperoning through those journeys. We've got a 24, 6.5 days service element from a payment. So should there be any issues with a transaction, that there's that necessary care and support team that can track and trace transactions from that perspective. So we hope we're ticking a lot of the boxes when it comes from a care and a customer service and experience perspective.
Absolutely, you've got no doubts on that one. So I'm a partner. I know there's various ways of getting in contact with you, but you know, what's the best? You're at some events this year. You're going to be showcasing this to the world across the next couple of months, I'm assuming. What's next for the product?
Yeah, we're off to Summit next week, and then so seeing you guys out there, and then over to Lyon for directions. Right now, reach out to me. We've obviously got email just popped up there. Look at that. There's my email. So any questions, queries, anyone wants to go a little bit deeper, I can get more of the technical guys onto a call. Also check out xe.com/ERP, which will give you a walkthrough of some of the technologies that we have within the dynamic space and so forth. But yeah, right now, ping me a note, and look forward to connecting with everybody and seeing people at these shows.
Absolutely. I can tell you everyone's excited towards the big run-ups of Summit and Directions in the next couple of months. So hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you there and bringing all of our partners and meeting lots of exciting prospects for the events as well. But Darren, as usual, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. It's been brilliant seeing the product. As I say, it's been waiting to see this now for a while because I've been really excited about it. And I know lots of people have been. It's been a lot of hard work put in behind the scenes. I know that from yourself as well. So you should be really proud launching this. And it looks like it's going to be a fantastic addition to anyone's toolkit.
Appreciate it, Dan. Yep, the hard work just starts. So getting this to market is the first step now. Sharing the story and the message around it is now the next phase. So as I said, thank you once again for having us on and showcasing what we've built in Business Central. And then I look forward to seeing you guys around on the dynamic circuit.
Absolutely. Look forward to passing a good message. Darren, you've been brilliant. Thank you so much for the demo. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you everyone else for joining us today. As I say, Darren's email is on the screen. So any questions, please reach out through that email address. But have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye all.